extraordinarily high energy burdens and, of course, struggling with the cost of basic, food and utilities. So we need to phase out fossil fuels to alleviate fossil fuel racism and alleviate the burden on frontline communities.
Coming on. I'm just wondering what was going through your mind. You asked the basic question. How is society going to function without petrochemicals? Did you expect her to give you some answer?
Well, I knew that her positions were insane. Ms. Salter is a radical climate attorney, likely a friend of AOC's. This was in the midst of a week where we had to endure committee hearing after committee hearing where the Democrats were smashing the American energy industry and promoting the absurdities of the furthest reaches of the Green New Deal. And their star witness after 2 days of hearings on the second panel on the second day was this lady, Ms. Salter. So I had possession of her written testimony. I'd read it, I was prepared, and I knew how crazy it read, but then when she delivered it in her opening statement, she was quite vitriolic. She was practically spitting at us, and her anger was just unbelievable. So I knew when I had the chance to, I was gonna shut her down with her own craziness.
Boy, you did such a good job. Thank you for doing that. Congressman Higgins of Louisiana. Appreciate it.
Americans are watching this hearing today, and I'm glad we're having it because this is some of the most outlandish testimony I've witnessed yet in 6 years in this Oversight Committee room. I knew when I had the chance to, I was gonna shut her down with her own craziness. It's stunning. I'm not quite sure. With all due respect to our panelists today, I'm not quite sure some of you are connected to reality. So I'm going to Ms. Salter. Ma'am, good lady, please prepare your mind because I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I'm going to give you most of my time. I think it's good that America hears what you have to say. If you had control of the world, ma'am, if you did, you're presenting these grand ideas about eliminating fossil fuel and the horrors of the oil and gas industry and the energy that we consume to run the world and uplift the economic potential and prosperity of the world, which is the single most significant factor that connects the prosperity of our citizenry worldwide is economic opportunity, and energy drives that. But here you go. Let me just ask you, what would you do? I have 3 questions, so try and keep your answers within 30 or 40 seconds, please. What would you do with petrochemical products? Okay, everything you have, your clothes, your glasses, the car you got her on, your phone, the table you're sitting at, the chair, the carpet under your feet, everything you've got is petrochemical products. What would you do with that? Tell the world.
If I had that power in the world, actually, I don't need that power, because what I would do is ask you, sir, from Louisiana.
I'm giving you the power. You're presenting.
To search you, sir, from Louisiana, to search your heart and understand why the EPA knows that toxic petrochemical facilities are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world and are killing black people throughout Louisiana.
Okay,
so my first thing would be you to search your heart and ask your God what you are doing to the black and poor people in Louisiana. That would be my first thing to ask.
Let's just have one at a time so that we can...
It's my time, Mr. Chairman. If I reclaim my time, I shall. I'm going to give this young lady an opportunity. You might not like it, but America needs to hear it. You've got no answer, do you, young lady, about what to do with petrochemical products, so I'll move on. What are you going to do with ocean-going vessels? What do you do with the maritime industry?
Well, we could, again, I would ask you to search your heart for what is happening on the
You have
coast
no answers
of
for this
Louisiana.
stuff.
Of course we
Like,
do. We need to
you
move
stand on
away
this
from
grandiose
petrochemicals.
statement.
We need to shut down the petrochemical facilities in your state and move
The
away
world
from
won't run.
plastic. We need
The
to move
world
away
won't
from
function.
it.
You
And
couldn't
there
be
are
here. It's insane.
It is-
What would you do with the aviation
only
industry?
thing that would not function is the petrochemical industry in your state, sir.
Do you care about the planet, good lady? Like, do you have ecological concern for real? Like, from a biblical perspective, we were given, the Lord gave us dominion over the planet and the creatures thereof. Now, the original translations of dominion means to care for and nurture. So from a biblical perspective, I am an environmentalist. I love my planet and the people and the creatures thereof. Do you?
Sir, if
I'm
we're going
asking
to
you,
talk
do you love
about
your
if we're
planet?
going to talk about the Lord, I ask that you search your heart again and think about
I
repenting.
searched hard very quickly. I love the
because
planet. I'm
you-
asking you,
the
do you
fossil fuel
actually
industry
care
that
about the
owns your
planet?
state is destroying the earth and the natural world, and that is a fact, sir.
You know what you got, young lady? You got a lot of noise, but you got no answers. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
Right. I now get to recognize the gentlewoman from New York, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, for 5 minutes.
Unfortunately, I wish I could use all my time on questioning, but I wanted to address Ms. Salter directly. I just want you to know that in the 4 years that I've sat on this committee, I have never seen members of Congress, Republican or Democrat, disrespect a witness in the way that I have seen them disrespect you today. I've never seen anything like that. And for the gentleman of Louisiana and the comfort that he felt in yelling at you like that, there's more than one way to get a point across. And frankly, men who treat women like that in public, I fear how they treat them in private. We can be better than this. We don't have to resort to yelling. Moving on. I would hope that someone would issue you an apology, but because I don't believe he will, I want to apologize to you about the conduct of this committee and what we just witnessed. The people do not deserve to see that. And we deserve to put forward a better front. So I just want to let you know that, Ms. Salter.
Thank you, ma'am. I just wanted to thank you. And you've provided so much leadership and courage. They can come from me all day long.
Well, let's get them today then.